Oh, there you go. And here's my algorithm for the self-driving car. So again, it looks pretty complicated, but it's pretty straightforward. So instead of using like a proximity sensor, the kids only have the light sensor. So we're using this strategy. But this will sit in the front and it's just going to read objects in front based off of shadows and stuff. So if it gets closer, it means it's getting darker. If there's nothing, it should be lighter. So you only do this when it's light in the room. If it's dark, it just won't, it'll just move reverse, I guess. So either way, it's saying anything above, go ahead and set up the engines to move forward. And this is another off and on switch because if you don't have to have this, but your engines would just always be moving. So this is saying when it's turned on with the space bar and let's say it's greater than or equal to 20, go ahead and move these engines forward. And so how I did that is I set one engine counterclockwise, one engine clockwise, because the way you set it up on the car, one engine is forward, the other one's backwards. So they have to be opposite in order to move the same direction. And then same thing, the other option is if when an object gets close at under 20, okay, and it's equal to true, go ahead and reverse it. So notice that these change. So how I did that is this has to be connected directly to the engines and there has to be a redirect. So if I go to behaviors and I go to motion, there should be a direction one here. And like I said, there's other ways to do it, but this is the strategy that I found worked best. But if I go to direction here, this is simply just an ability to change it. So if this is my clockwise engine, this would be my counterclockwise. If this is my counterclockwise, this would be my clockwise. So on this guy, like I said, this would have to connect through the redirect to the engines. And to trigger, it would also have to connect directly to the engines. I'm not sure why it's set up that way. It's just how it works. If I took this off, for instance, notice this will shut off. So this has to be connected to here as well in order for it to work. And if I turn it off, it just turns off. So that's how I set up my self-driving car algorithm. And I'll show you a little video of what it looks like with it set up. So now I have a new and improved self-driving car. So I just go ahead and turn on at the space bar. And essentially it should move forward. And then when it gets close to something, it reads it, reverses, and then finds a new path. So let's go ahead, turn it off. We'll set it on the ground. Go ahead and click my space bar and just let this thing fly. Okay, here we go. It's going. It's going. And once it finds something close, it should avoid it and back away. No hands, they're free. No remote, it's just moving.